I start my reading. Oh my gosh, you guys, I was like literally chilling in the house with my dog. I was just chilling. I was doing some, mindfulness with my lavender. I was just smoking a little bit of lavender. And like, I just wanted to like put this feather in my head, just because I was just like having fun with it. Like, I consider myself as a medicine man. So I'm usually the type of person that puts feathers in their head. And it's always intentional. It's never something that I'm not doing without intent, right? I'm very intentional with everything that I do in my life. But the crazy thing was, I literally had to go walk my dog after. And so I was walking around the freaking neighborhood with this feather in my head. So embarrassing. So embarrassing. Like, what the? I mean, I. I'm pretty much really embarrassed. Like, I get really embarrassed, but I'm also very confident, like I know who I am, I know my worth. But, sometimes you don't want to show everyone your flavor because some people just don't deserve it. But honestly, I guess it just means like your light is going to be shown no matter what through the process, right? Your light is going to be shown no matter what throughout the entire process. And I think that's beautiful. I think it's so beautiful. You guys, I just got my order in for these really cool evil eye pendants. This is actually a 3-part necklace in one. And then I have this really beautiful Make a Wish evil eye pendant. You need to stay spiritually protected. So, and the crazy thing was, the moment that I put these on, I actually, my neighbor, like, my dad was telling me to come outside because my neighbor wanted to know what kind of species my dog was. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous, but I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna like, be friendly because I am a friendly person. I'm just very shy. And I went outside and I greeted them and they were just very friendly. My dog is just a little bit too much. He gets too excited, but he's also very friendly. Um, and it's just like your power with this is like showing me that like your power is going to be shown no matter what you do. You can't escape who you are. You're an automobile gangsta, right? You are an automobile gangster. There's no escaping your truth. There's no escaping your power. There's no escaping the destiny that God has given you. That's how much authority you have on this earth to shine your light, to show who you are, to embody, right? Embody who you are, the big I am, right? Who are you embodying? Are you embodying the person that God has always wanted you to be? Because if you come to this reading today, you definitely are. And your power and your light, it's going to be shine whether you like it or not. And so I'm really seeing like, look at this. We have the 6 of Penthouses, giving, take, giving and receiving. I'm also seeing this like loveless. So you're being very selfish with your love. You're being very selfish with who you give your energy to, right? I'm not even going to say selfish. I'm going to say very particular. You get more than you give. You get the more you give. You get more than you give. So I'm seeing like you were that type of person that always gave more than what you used to give in the past. And now you're getting what you give, right? You're receiving back from the universe threefold, right? And I want to thank God for this reading. I want to thank Abba for this reading. I want to thank Jesus, Holy Spirit, and I want to thank all of you guys for coming to my reading. It really means a lot, the support, the subscribers. A part of me really wanted to just stop doing these readings because sometimes I can just be a little bit too real and I can't even handle my readings sometimes. I'd be like, dang, like I'll just really go in. I really need to just calm down. But I really want you guys to know that these readings are not me targeting anyone in particular. And if you ever feel targeted in these readings, know that this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not here to trigger you, but I am here to trigger you at the same time, okay? Thank you guys so much. My name is The Contemporary King. You can also call me The First Slice. You can also check out my channel at The First Slice on YouTube. That's my second tarot channel if you're interested. All of my readings there are timeless, even if they have particular scheduled readings like August, October, November. You could really watch those readings anytime, just as like, I mean, just like these readings here. Okay, so Automobile Gangsta. Also, you guys, you can go on www.yumbaconnected to check out my latest information updates if you're interested. I have so many other projects, so many other things I'm working on, so many other ambitions in life and aspirations. And I definitely would like you guys to be a part of that if you're interested. I am Yumba Connected. I do have my own business. And honey, if you're interested, you can come to me and get some advice. But if you don't want to take this advice, there are so many other beautiful readers out there that I appreciate, that I adore, and that I send love and light energy. Okay, so we're gonna straight up get into this reading, Automobile Gangsta. I want to also say that y'all, you're missing out if you have not already gotten this deck. Like, we got the Pink Diaries by me. Okay, I am Yumba Connected LLC, Strangerooz Pink Diary. That is me. Okay, for all those people who have supported my Kickstarter, I really want to give you guys a shout out. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for supporting me since day one, baby. Okay, so Automobile Gangsta, you went from this whole like Rihanna phase where you were just in these traumatic relationships, right? Traumatic events in life, getting beat up in a car crash, at the same time like getting a DUI, getting pulled over. Maybe cops tried to pull you over and put drugs in your car. Maybe not. You know, maybe you had an abusive boyfriend in the past that beat you up and you're reflecting from that. Maybe you got told no so many times in life. Maybe your family had PTSD and generational curses that tried to pass off over to you while you're going through, you're going through the veil. You're seeing through the veil. You're opening the veil for the first time. This Automobile Gangsta, this habit, right? This hijab. You're just letting it out. And you're showing yourself for the first time. But you're being very particular. You know, when women are wearing their hijabs, most of the time, the only people who get to see their real hair are their husbands, right? They don't show their friends. They don't show the public. And if they do show their friends, they're very selective. So I have to shout out women who do wear hijabs and habits. You guys are beautiful, and I really do respect the fashion and the religion and the custom. I think it's crazy that there's some countries and some places around the world that want to ban certain hijabs when it's a part of a person's culture. I think that that's very offensive. It's just like telling it's just like telling a black person that they can't have chicken or watermelon, bitch. Okay? Okay, that's what I got. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't say that again. So, and that's very like stereotypical. Not every black person likes chicken or watermelon. It's just a joke, you guys. Calm the F down. So I just want to say like Automobile Gangsta, like if you come here for this energy, you're gonna get it. All right. So again, you're so genuine. You treat everyone like a freaking new present, right? You open it up, you admire it. Sometimes you don't even want to open it up. Sometimes you want to look at it. You want to look at it and just adore it for what it is, because you know that the moment that you open it up, it's never going to be the freshest way that it's always been. And I think that's the experience that you give to people. And I think that is the experience that many people have given you. Or maybe it's the fact that when people do see this side of you, to see this opening the present, right? It's like something that you can't go back to. Once you open a present that someone has gotten you, you've seen under the veil, you've seen under the truth, you've seen who you really are, okay? When Nicki Minaj decided to drop the pink print, shout out to Nicki. When she decided to drop the pink print, she put a lot of emotions out there. Right? She put a lot of her truth out there. She allowed herself to be multidimensional with her lyricism. You know, her being a lyricist, she had I Lied, she had Grand Piano, you know, she had Truffle Butter. Like, some of the biggest songs in the decade have been on that one album. right? So you revolutionize everything. And you come in with these energy and nobody can see behind your veil, right? It's so mystical. It's so true. I'm seeing that if you wear white, white could be a really good color for you right now to remain pure, to have that purity. You know, you really need to work on maybe getting rid of some of those things that you have overworn in your wardrobe. Maybe it's time to throw away certain things. Or instead of throwing away, the best thing to do is recycle it. Give it to someone who needs it. Post it on Facebook Marketplace. Go to a thrift store. Donate, donate, donate. I feel like because you are so giving and because you have given so much of yourself, this has allowed you to keep that fiery energy of on to the next page, because just as much as you receive, you give. You give and you keep on giving. And I'm seeing that this is your power. It also could have been a pain for you, right? It could have been some form of pain for you to constantly give, I'm seeing. So let me get some clarifications. Automobile gangsta. Okay. So what is this Three of Clouds? So it has caused you a lot of pain. The heart wants what the heart wants. So maybe it took you, I'm seeing 777, immersion and intuition. When you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. Damn, so you're really seeing your worth. I think you've gone past the point of seeing your worth, right? You've gone past the point of seeing your worth and seeing how what people have assumed you were, right? Others' projection of who they thought you were to who you really are, right? You're not the type of person that is what other people. Okay, what is this card? Rebirth and new beginnings. New beginnings are often disguised as painful endings. Wow. So, hey, what's up, spiritual homie? How's it going, dude? No problem. Thank you. This is a good reading. Automobile gangsta. Okay, so we have these like painful endings, right? There's something that has been overly painful, right? Whether it was a breakup, whether it was a job loss, whether it was an addiction, right? Addiction of food, addiction to starvation, you know, addiction to treating yourself bad. Maybe you've been cynical. I know I have been cynical before. It's like you have this intuition that through pain becomes beauty. And you've learned through this in the process. You've gone through so much pain. Who would Rihanna have been if she not had gotten beat up by Chris Brown? Honestly, her career propelled in a whole nother light because abused victims, right? Victims of physical abuse were able to latch onto Rihanna's story in a whole nother light spiritually. So you are the type of person where people can see and understand the pain, the trauma, whatever you have gone through, and really learn through that just how you transmute your energy on a whole nother level. Shh. Shh. Stop it. Sorry. Okay. Rebirth and new beginnings. So it's like, okay, I need to get some clarifications because that was just kind of rude. He was so rude. Friendship and gratitude, right? It's been so hard for you to open yourself to the right people. There have been so many good people that have come into your life. And then there have been so many people who never knew how to appreciate you. And that's why it can be so hard. It can seem so hard when you take that first step into realizing, okay, this is what I deserve, right? You're fighting yourself for accepting something that you deserve because you've never felt like you deserved it because everyone else told you you never deserved it, right? So it's like you have dignity. A wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. So it's like you really had to take a step back when it comes to, like, your dignity is so powerful. Your dignity is so strong. You stand in your worth. You've had to build your own self up. You value yourself in so many more ways than the people ever have around you valued you, right? It's kind of like you have become your own best friend and you're selfish. And nothing's wrong with being selfish with your energy. Nothing's wrong with being a selfish best friend to yourself, right? Because if you can be selfish with your energy and you can love on yourself and you can be the bestest friend that you've ever been to yourself, right? Putting out that love energy, putting out that positivity, knowing that anything is possible because you are who you want to be, and whoever you want to be you will become as long as you believe in it. And what I'm honestly seeing is that you've just been so picky that yes, you've been so picky, but it's just a time to enjoy. There's going to be such an amazing time to enjoy the opportunities around you, right? There is so much love in your life because you manifested it. You're manifesting so much love in your life. And there's so many like terrible, like it's just, I'm really seeing this whole story that I watched. Like there was this lady who had this demon on her, unknowingly knowing that she had this demon on her because she had went to this place that people told her not to go to. So she didn't just go to the place that people told her not to go to because she was curious. She went there and she had to go through an entire struggle, a whole resurrection. They had to get the demon out of her. She didn't believe that there was a demon in her until she started seeing signs and symbols that there were so many blockages, right? But it wasn't just blockages internally, because you had blockages, right? You couldn't see straight because there were so many blockages around you. There were so many mixed emotions around you. There were so many volatile moments. It's like you ask yourself, how can you keep calm when there's always flies around, right? How can you stay calm? And it's this flexibility that you have, right? Knowing that there's gonna be moments in life where you're on top, and when you're on top, you're on top. And there are gonna be moments in life where you're not on top, but you know your worth, you know your power, you know where you stand right next to God. And I'm also seeing like it's very important to be humble. I had to really get myself in check today, right? I had to really check myself today. So it's like checking yourself. You check yourself, right? There's some people who never check themselves. There's some people who can never be real with themselves. But that's one thing that you could never be. You are the realest there is. Deep breaths, utilizing your skills when needed to see the bigger picture. Usain Bolt, right? So you're like a shark. You prepare for years and years and years and years and years to get that money, right? You might not see that money come for 8 years. You might not see that money come for 6 years. You might not see that money come for 11 years, right? Usain Bolt was practicing. He was training for the Olympics. And that year that he won, the moment he had heard that bell, the moment he heard that gun shoot and it was his time, he propelled faster than anyone on the track, right? You are propelling faster than anyone on the track because you did not just prepare for it, but you've worked hard for it. You've paid your dues. You've sown your seeds. And now it's time to receive. It's time to relax. It's time to be playful. You don't see Usain Bolt stepping out there. No, he's looking at his trophy. He's looking at his earnings. He's like, man, you know, I did what I did. And I said I was going to do it. Right? So there are things that you said that you were going to do that you are going to do. There are things that you said that you are going to do that you have already done. And that's why there's so much commotion around you, right? All this talk about celebration, all of this talk about what you're celebrating, all this talk about like who you're celebrating with. People want to know who you're celebrating with. And honestly, I'm seeing it's time to just keep those few people that really matter in the pocket, right? Because it's a lot of celebration right here. There's so much celebration right here. And it's like you could be getting invited to a white party. I'm hearing masquerade ball. I'm hearing costume party. Fall time is going to be a huge time for you. There's going to be a wide awakening. It's like your eyes are going to be a whole nother level. Automobile gangsta. You're undoing the veil, right? Automobile gangsta. You don't just talk the talk, you walk the walk. And there's not a problem with this walking the walk because you've not just dedicated yourself to who you are and who you are becoming, but you dedicated yourself to your journey, right? You're like, God, I know this is a hard journey. I know you put me in things that I have regretted, like, but obviously you've learned that regrets are not regrets because those are stories, those are things that you can really use. That's wisdom, right? You don't regret your past. You understand it, and you take it to a whole nother level, and you release it, and you're like, man, I have so much wisdom, right? You could never be the person that you are now without the wisdom you have. So it's like automobile gangster. People are gonna try to pull up to your car, right? I'm seeing fresh ride. Fresh ride. Somebody's getting a fresh ride. Somebody's getting Escalade, Bronco Sport, Tesla, electric car, hybrid. Somebody's getting what they want. And people are talking about it. They can't stop talking about you. They can't stop gossiping. Right? And look at them. Even at the effing celebration, they can't stop talking. It's like, damn, can't you celebrate me for once? Like, obviously, you don't want to be selfish and be like, oh, I need to be celebrated. Like, everyone has their time, everyone has their moment. A good thing about you is that, again, going back to the Six of Penthouses, you celebrate people, right? When you are around people, you're not just celebrating yourself, you celebrate with them, right? You give them that good energy. You know how it is to struggle. You have come so far. And you see that you're so close to the volcano. You're so close to your destination. But you still have a little bit. There's like, it's like a straight path. Duality of success builds character. So you have built your character on a whole nother level. I'm also seeing this moon, right? There could have been something that you surrendered to. There could have been something that you attached to. Some type of release. But the volcano, it's time to erupt. This volcano is smoking. Right? And you know what's so crazy about this is just the fact that the other day I was looking at this stamp. I had this like stamp collection and I like turned the stamp over and it was literally a volcano erupting. So this gives notice that your power is just not just extremely fiery, but it changes the entire environment, right? When that volcano erupts, everybody's going crazy. Not even like it could be bad, but see, this is like the duality, right? Everything is good and everything is bad. So knowing that you have this power, it's very important to contain it because on one side, it can be very detrimental. And then on another side, it can be very inspiring. It can be very creative. It can be very beautiful. You want to be on that other aspect, right? You want to be working through God's perspective, right? Whatever your higher self, the universe, whatever is meant for you in your life. Okay, let's see this. So let's see. Automobile gangsta, and then I'll go. Let's get some clarification. Automobile gangsta. Eruption. What is this eruption about? Okay, I got these cards. And you know what's so interesting about this? What's so interesting about this is that just like how I was talking about the fact that Usain Bolt was training so much for the Olympics, right? He trained for years. When people are working towards training for the Olympics, you know, 9 times out of 10, people are going to tell you that, oh yeah, you can't be in the Olympics because People who really are in the Olympics have been training since they were kids, right? But there are people who are just built for it, right? Whether or not you want to be in the Olympics, if you wanted to be in the Olympics, you have that power, you have that energy. You could do whatever you want to do as long as you believe it. And this is what I'm seeing with this sundown. It's just like, oh, I need to clean my nails. There's just something about the fact that when the sun comes down, it sets for a while, right? And look how grounded this tree is when it's setting down. So it's like, again, this is another confirmation on the fact that, like, when you're up, right? But there is a need also for you to rest. There's always been a resting period in your life, right? And this has been the reason why you're so good at manifesting, you're so good at transmuting your power, you're so good at evolving, you're so good at becoming not better, but the best self of you that's possible in this world, right? And it's like you kind of like try to you kind of try to like be the type of person that was just denying your power. Like for the longest time, you were trying to like deny your power. You were trying to see flaws in the pudding, see like am I really built for this? So much indecision, all because of the things that might have been projected onto you in your lifetime. And that is what could be potentially stopping this blessing, right? But what's meant for you is always going to be meant for you. And it's just about realizing that everyone has flaws, and your flaws are just, they're not flaws. They're beautiful in every way, shape, and form. So we have the Queen of Couples and the Queen of Clout. And then we have the Queen of the Week. So again, all this gossiping, right? There are people around you. There are a lot of like females who like are talking about your body. They're talking about how hard you work. They're talking about how toned you are, how good your teeth look, how like you're aging very maturely, but in a very handsome way. And there could be someone that wants to like come into your life and just like put it on you heavy. Or let me see. Let me get some clarification. Yeah, it's like you're opening your life to someone who's giving you harmony. Like you have found, okay. And this is so beautiful because you have found, right, your harmony within. This is Philox. Unanimity and harmony. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Marcus Aurelius. So again, since you have mastered your harmony, since you have mastered the art of self, right? This high vibration is coming towards you. These friendship, this gratitude, you're going to be so grateful for the new friendships that you have. People that push you forward, right? People that don't let you look back because you're not that type of friend. You have always been a good friend. People will, if there were people that were talking behind your back, they're talking about how much of an asset you were in their lives, right? You're an asset. You're not a liability, right? So you're not a liability. You're not a burden. You are an asset. You are gold. And nobility and self-esteem, youthful love. Again, that's why this loving energy is coming in, because you have such a youthful energy to yourself. You could have a lot of energy, right? This could be why your energy is so fiery. You could have a lot of energy. You could need to really work out. I'm seeing like it's time to like really build your muscles up. Go to the gym. You might find some gym buddies. Or if working out home is better, but you have a lot on your table, you have a lot to do. You could be someone who wears a watch, always checking the time. But it's like nobility and self-esteem. There's nothing noble in being superior to your fellow men. True nobility lies in being superior to your former self. Wow. So it's like you are just working on being a better you, right? What this automobile gangster is the fact that Nikki has always been the type of person that has always tried to better herself, right? She's not coming at someone for the sake of coming at them like Sheether. But when she had to bring out frauds, right? No frauds. It is what it is. The truth will set you free. And that's what the truth did. It set you free. 369. Right? Mind, body, spirit. You are treating your temple like a kingdom. And that is exactly why you see yourself as only getting better, only evolving better. And because you see yourself as getting better, and because you see yourself as elevating, you are ultimately elevating. And that's beautiful. So I'm definitely seeing that it's really important for you to water your garden, right? Nurture your garden. Nurture whatever makes you happy in this world. Whatever is making you happy in this world, that's all you need to nurture. And more abundance will come out. Whatever you want to bring into this world, nurture that, right? Are you into gardening? If you're into gardening, nurture that. There could be someone that really just wants to be like Netflix and chill with you, right? This person wants to go to the carnival with you. They want to get cotton candy, funnel cakes, popcorn. This is so much stability coming into your life. If you've never been stable, right? A volcano can erupt at any time, right? But then there are also very inactive volcanoes. And then there are active volcanoes underwater. That when these volcanoes erupt from underwater, they don't just raise the elevation in the water, but they cause massive tsunamis and earthquakes. So again, being very conscientious about your energy. It can go really negative if you choose to put it in that direction, and it can go super positive, right? I was literally outside walking my dog and I kept seeing my dream car. And so that's just a note that whatever you put your mind to, you will manifest. Not you can. You will manifest that because you're the star, okay? You're meant to shine. You're meant to be that influencer. You're meant to positive light, right? Whatever you're supposed to do in this world, whatever is in your heart, you will do that. And you will be appreciated not just by others, but by yourself. I'm seeing like so much love is coming in when it comes to self. You are really learning that you are the only one whose love you really need, right? Because it's just all about loving how far you've come and how strong it's made you. And I think that's the biggest lesson to take from this. Because you have learned that, man, like I'm really becoming my higher self. I'm really becoming the person that I've always wanted to become. There are going to be no more delays in life. This is a person who has been working at that bar. You see her nonstop, day and night, working at that bar. And there might be a time where nobody saw her. There might be a time where she was not seen. But now she's dancing on clouds. Her higher self is dancing. This is literally her right now. And this is her higher self dancing on clouds, getting ready to perform in a premiere ballet, right? Something big is going to happen. And that's all I got to say. Peace.